own stream. I still have no idea what happened last week. But I'm gonna try not to let it happen again. Let me make my poll. Did you tell me something you learned this week? And like the video. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, ski. Yippers. And indubitably. How do I spell indubitably? INDUBTABLY. Yeah, indubitably. Let me unfilter the chat to show all messages, even from the trolls. Hold on one second. All right, we're back in business. What's up with y'all, man? How y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Let's see if I got anything good for my green screen. No. Can't find any funny memes for a green screen. Let me check my gallery. Nah, that's not fire. That's not fire, bro. I'm trying to find a funny green screen. No. Sorry, guys. I got no funny green screens. I didn't come prepared. Next time, I'm going to come prepared with a green screen. How about that? It usually takes 5 to 10 minutes for people to show up in the chat to get popping. Morning, popping. Jay Decker, what's up, bro? How you doing? Rachie Q, hi, how are you? Tell me something good to happen to y'all, man. I'm trying to hear something positive. I know y'all are positive people because y'all came in and chat real respectful and you greeted. You didn't say any out of line stuff. So I know something good happened to y'all this week. And if something good didn't happen to you this week, something good's gonna happen for you this week. Trust me. Hockey Monster 21, hi. What's up, man? You play hockey or are you just a hockey monster? John Ignacio, hi. How are you? I like it, man. Everyone's coming in real respectful and greeting. Y'all got that Southern hospitality. That means y'all parents taught y'all good manners. I love to see it. You gotta respect people that respect you. I got nothing but respect for everybody until they disrespect me. Jolie Marquez, how you doing? I'm on Deep Sing says I love beautiful girls. The whole world loves beautiful girls. Rachel Q, thank you. Hockey Monster drives monster trucks and plays hockey. Well, your name makes sense now. I don't know anything about monster trucks, but I do know that Ovechkin just tied Wayne Gretzky for most goals in one game less. Jolie, my favorite color is red. Jay Decker sub to respect. What y'all do this week, man? Tell me something good that happened to you. I'm trying to hear some positive news, man. Do I know LeBron James? Do you mean do I know who he is? Of course I know who he is. I don't know him personally. Rachel Q, I saw you. I said thank you the first time you said it. I appreciate that. Hopefully, I can be entertaining for you as a creator. I was gonna say as a subscriber, but I guess you're the subscriber. I'm the subscribee. I'm the channel owner. Hockey Monster, how long have you been playing hockey? I got respect for everybody that plays sports, man. I played a lot of sports growing up. I continue to compete in sports even now. And I just have a lot of respect for people that play the sports that I didn't play. Because I know people watch sports, they're like, oh, I could do that. But if you really play a sport, you know how difficult it is to play a sport. And you know how difficult it would be to play another sport. You're 11, so you've been playing for 10 years. You've been playing since you were 1 year old, bro? That's impressive. You're ahead of everybody. Are you from Canada? I'm gonna wait for Hockey Monster to tell me where he's from. Where I went to college at, I was I ran track in college. I got a track scholarship, and I was one of the stronger people on the track team. So I used to lift with the hockey dudes a lot of times. Hockey dudes, the cross bros, the lax bros. I used to live with them, so I was cool with a lot of hockey dudes in college. What part of the U.S. are you from, Hockey Monster? Braxton Fulkerson. Hi, how are you today? I'm good. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Everybody's been real respectful today. I love it, man. You from Iowa? I've been to Iowa exactly 2 times ever. Yoli Marquez, you never told me what your favorite color is. What part of Iowa are you from? I probably only know like 2 places in Iowa. Braxton Fulkerson is from Ireland. What part of Ireland are you from? You can't say Dublin. Even if you're from Dublin, you're not from Dublin. Des Moines is it's literally the only place I know in Iowa. Where else do I know? Do I know any other place in Iowa? No, I don't. The only place I know in Idaho is Boise. The only place I know in Iowa is Des Moines. The only place I know in Ireland is Dublin. Braxton Fulkerson says, I'm from like the northern part. What is the northern part? You might be surprised with what I know. Maybe. I really don't know much about Ireland besides Colin Farrell, Conor McGregor. Who else do I know from Ireland? Brendan Gleeson. Ah, that's an actor right there, my boy. Brendan Gleeson. That's an actor right there. That is the definition of an actor. If I see him in a movie, I know that movie's gonna be good. God bless you too, man. Keep grinding and doing what you gotta do to entertain the homies. I'll do my best, man. Just come on here to interact with the people that maybe have questions. Sometimes I get random people that aren't subscribed, but sometimes what I like to do is talk to the people that are subscribed to me because I don't make that many videos. So a lot of times they have questions about either fitness or language learning. So I get on here and then I can answer them directly. I moved away from Ireland about 6 years ago, so I can't remember the town. Oh, you must be young. There's no way that you moved away from somewhere 6 years ago and you forgot where it is, unless you're 12 years old. If you're 12, then that makes sense. Drederick Tatum. Hey man, just wondering if you have any availability for me. Availability for what? What are you looking for? Moises Feitosa, you bald. Not yet, bro. I still got hair, but we getting there. By the time I'm 40, who knows? Who knows what's gonna be left up there? I got a random ass question, bro. What's up? What random ass question you got, bro? You know, big boy. Oh, you saying you know, big boy? Is that how you're saying it? You know, big boy. What are you talking about, man? Everybody else in this chat has not been weird. Everybody else except you, Drederick Tatum. Everybody else has come into the chat respectfully. They said hi. They said what's up. They told me something good to happen in their life. Now you coming in here with weird stuff, bro. Come on, man. Thank you, Moises. I appreciate it. You want a beard, but you're 17? Don't worry, bro. Your time's gonna come. The bad thing is, usually when your beard grows, your hair falls out. They're usually connected. There's some lucky people in the world that get both, but it usually don't work like that. When I was young, I used to pray for a beard. My dad don't really grow a beard like that. He got the goatee. I used to pray for a beard, and I had like the full head of hair. Then my beard started coming in, and I was happy. Then I was like, ooh, my hairline's kind of receding, bro. So be careful what you wish for, my friend. Maya, what's up? Let me see. Is it a red flag for a man to not text me all day and only at night? My boyfriend does this, but I'm his first girlfriend, but that's not right to only text me at night, bro. Let me think about that before I answer it. Let me think very deeply about what I'm gonna say to you. Is a huge spider on the wall behind you? Oh, it's all good. I eat spiders. They know not to mess with me, man. I'll eat it. All right. I'm gonna answer your question. A big problem that a lot of people have in relationships is that they don't communicate, right? So it's not really about if something is potentially a red flag, it's how they handle it after you address it. This person might work all day, right? This person might be busy all day. He literally might not have his phone with him. I don't know him, so I can't say, oh, he only texts you at night. That's a red flag. His phone might be out of his reach the whole day. He might not even text his mom. You know what I'm saying? Now, what is a problem is if you bring that up to him and you say, hey, man, I don't like it that you only text me at nighttime. I feel unwanted. I feel like something weird's going on. If he receives it and he says, oh, I didn't know you felt like that. I don't keep my phone on me, but here's what I'll do. I send you a message on my lunch break. I send you a message here, and I try to be in communication with you more. If he does that, that's a green flag. If he says, who cares? Stop tripping. Like, just be happy I text you at all. That's a red flag. So I can't say that it's a red flag that he only texts you at nighttime. I don't know how old he is. I don't know what job he has. I don't know anything about him. So I can't pass judgment on him for something without all the facts. But, like I said, it's more about how he responds when you address the problem than it is the actual problem. I look like Terrence Crawford? I don't think so, bro. But it's subjective. Can you please donate your pancreas to my aunt? No. Don't I know you, Derico? I doubt it. It's possible, man. It's a small world. I've uh, I've been in a lot of places. You might know me from somewhere. I did explain to him how I feel, and he hasn't even responded to that. And it was hours ago. I sent it, but I'm gonna keep waiting. Well, like I said, I can't pass any judgment on him because I don't know him. But what I would tell you is that someone that receives your communication and makes attempts at making things better is that's the most important thing to me in a relationship. We're human beings. We're not perfect. He's gonna do stuff you don't like. You're gonna do stuff he doesn't like. All that matters is that when you bring it up, there's an attempt made to try to compromise, to try to fix things. Even if that attempt is only talking it out and saying like, hey, this is why I do this. Hopefully you understand. You know what I mean? Levi, by the way, what's up? Oh, I assume that BTW's, by the way. That could mean anything, bro. Barry, what's good? I look like Kyrie Irving. Y'all just be saying random black people. Ain't no way I look like. Actually, I probably look more like Kyrie Irving than I look like Terrence Crawford. Or no, let me think. I guess I could see someone thinking I look like Terrence Crawford. Maybe we have similar facial features, but he's just a lot more dark skinned. I don't think I look like Kyrie Irving though. She's willing to pay lots for a pancreas. You're so stupid. I know who she is. That ain't your damn aunt. So what you're saying is you're connected to Jeffrey Epstein and Miss Maxwell. We can. I'm about to call the CIA. We need to check your hard drive right now, buddy. I look like Drewski. That's a new one. Giselle said, "Yo, you're." Am I still celibate since that video I made? No, I don't think you watched the video. That video was about a previous time in my life. I'm married, bro. That was kind of the point of the video, that it was good for me. Not that I was out here being crazy in the first place, but that was the point of the video. Like, I didn't go crazy. I wasn't just like, oh, I need to find somebody so bad. Let me just smash everybody I could find. Like, I literally was just like, bro, I'm not wasting my time and energy with people for no reason. TSA says FLDS. Let me think what that could mean. I don't know. I'm related to Hervey Orlando Brown. Well, you're connected to a lot of weird people, buddy. Chicken Jockey. Nah, Trump was connected to Epstein. Hey, cuz, you got food. I got food. I don't know what that means, man. Do I know where my ancestors are from? Yeah, man. They're from planet Earth. Breezy Savage says, I subscribe. Respect. I'm not a bot, says this dude definitely eats corn vertically. I actually don't like corn. Fundamentalist Latter-day Saints. You mean Mormons? The polygamy variant of Mormons. Yeah, I know what the Latter-day Saints are. But why did you type that, though? I would have never known that. Oh, that wasn't you that typed it. Why did they type it? LeBron James, Evo said, no. Somebody tell me how to say I'm not LeBron James in Portuguese. That dude is a child of Diddy Maxwell family fortune. How do you keep things from getting stale in your relationship? I think that's a complex question. I think it's a variety of things, but just like anything in life, it's, not taking for granted what you have in front of you. I think a lot of people just kind of sleepwalk through life, you know. They just don't care. They don't care about what they're doing. They don't put any thought into anything that they're doing, and then they act surprised when things go wrong. But you have a choice every single day that you wake up to do things with intention. Shout out Brasil, Sao Paulo, Pavela. Parece me disculpa. No. No me parezco a LeBron James. The color on your beard is dope. Respect. Appreciate it. Yeah, Alex, we got a handful of weirdos in here today. I don't know how YouTube algorithm works, but it seems like every other time I do a live, that's when random people that are not subscribed to me show up in here. Because last time it was quiet. It was only people that are subscribed to me. We talked about the stuff we talk about, and that was it. But today, from like the first 5 minutes, there was just all kinds of random people. I don't really mind. If people get too weird, I just block them anyway. So I haven't blocked anybody tonight, so it hasn't been that weird. I just got barked at for typing too fast. Not actually barked at, right? You mean barking like a scolding kind of way, or like legit barked at? Or did I? Woof woof. I legit got barked at from a furry. I was scrolling through and YouTube got me here. If I scroll long enough, it starts giving me random lives. Yeah, I find that interesting. I don't really get on. I don't really get on YouTube to watch people's lives. I really get on YouTube to listen to music or to type in something specific. So I've never actually like scrolled before. I've never actually like looked at stuff. The YouTube algorithm is low key wild. They're trying to indoctrinate kids in the red pill culture. I have seen that. I've seen that. Okay, I'll do my job. I'm just too slow to pick the comments on time. Nah, there hasn't been anything too crazy tonight. We're having a Brazil conference up in here. So it's Sao Paulo. El Sol de Bahia. How you say that? Bahia? Do you pronounce the H or no? Is it like Spanish? Or is it Bahia? Maya, you already said hi. You're back again with the same amount of exclamation marks. What's up, Maya? You're X to Tech. What's popping? You seem pretty chill. I'll send you a gift anyway. You ain't barking at me. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I really hope something good happens for you this week. Is you selling here? Yes. I just got 50 subs, so I'm gonna do a live soon too. I also listen to a lot of music on here. What's your channel about? I can't look at it right now, but I'll check you out. Chilling back in Texas, setting up for the week. What part of Texas? Texas boys in the building. I'm in Texas. I'm from Texas. Guess what? I won a gymnastics competition this year. That's what's up. Love to hear it. Os gringo e gente boa. Giselle, you speak Portuguese? I feel like it's like he could have said ese gringo e gente buena, but I don't know. What you bang, fool? Come on, man. Get out of my chat with that kind of stuff, bro. DFW, that's what's up. I'm from Killeen. I don't know if you know where that's at. Spanky Banks was good. You're from Wisconsin, Timmy? What part of Wisconsin? Nature, video games, and philosophy, current events. All right, tell me your philosophy. Tell me your philosophy views. Well, tell me something that you live by. Pede para ele mandar um abraço para minha tia, Deja Costa. I kind of understand that. Mando. Lo que entendí fue mando un abrazo para su tía y oh, para la tía de Moisés, por favor. Timmy Colson said Minnesota. I thought you said you were from Wisconsin. Oh, bro, I didn't know who you were. It just says X Detect. That could have been anybody, bro. I love how chill you are. Thanks. This is my full-time personality. It's not an act. Dakota Paget, hi, what's up? Le mando un abrazo a la tía de Moisés. Bro got a pink cap. Yay. You called it a cap. I know what you are. Purple guy. Let me give you a pass on that one because I don't know where you're from, but keep it respectful, man, or I'm gonna have to block you. Danimo y Moisés, ¿hablan español o no? Oh, like this, but with both hands? Oh, that means I gotta like prop my camera up, bro. Hold on, I got you, bro. Para tu tía. Y'all almost broke my phone, bro. Your hair's pink, Maya. That's what's up. Se ve. Pero por qué? Se ve. I'm gonna try this again, but with a C and a V. We got CV or CV. The next philosophy vid will be about time, referring to how we perceive time as we get older, as well as the time humanity has existed relative to the age of the universe. We've been here like 5 seconds. That's true. One thing I noticed, well, I can't say I noticed. One thing I've kind of always known that I read when I was younger was why time seems to speed up as we get older. Um, and if you think about it, if you're 1 years old, right, then 1 year is the entire time that you've been alive. So 1 year is obviously like a lifetime to you. Versus if you're 4 years old, that's only, that's a quarter of your life. As you get older and older and older, that 1 year, it literally becomes a fraction of the time that you've been alive. So every day, every week, every year is gonna pass by faster and faster. Versus when you're 1 years old. Somebody tells you next year we're gonna go here, you're like, bro, that's I could be dead by then. You could be dead by then as an adult too, but it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll do it next year. Oh, you think this is a White Claw? It does look like a White Claw. It's really just a White Claw can, though. I can't tell you what's in it. Vape juice and battery acid. If you know, how long has the universe existed? Or what do they say? What do they say about how long the universe has existed? I guess technically none of us know, but we can make some informed guesses, right? Maya said no idea. Man, I hope those Brazilian dudes didn't make me throw up some gang shit. I just thought about it. Love the shirt. Thanks. The other thing I think about sometimes is if the sun explodes, we'll just die. We won't even know what happened. Remy Jeremy, you already said that one time, bro. Are those tallies? I don't know what a tally is. Oh, Takis? No, these are gummy sharks. They definitely did. They got you on their website now. Bro, don't tell me that. Nah, I can't ever go to Brazil. They're gonna be like, yo, that's the dude that threw up Sea Killer. I'm gonna be like, I didn't know. I swear to God, I didn't know. Brazil don't seem like a place where you could explain yourself to me. You get caught up with the wrong people here, you might be able to be like, hey man, I don't know nothing about that. I'm not taking my chances in Brazil. Devin, you know the other thing I think about? How much you can miss out by being born in the wrong time. Like, there's no way people 100 years ago had any idea that we were gonna be talking to electronics. There's no way they could have known about, if you even told someone the concept of the internet 100 years ago, they'd have been like, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard. So, what's gonna be in the next 100 years that I'm gonna miss because I'm gonna be dead? You know? Those sharks slap. You're gonna end up like that guy who sold his truck to ISIS with his plumbing company on the side? I never heard of that. Sounds interesting. You have the same shirt? No, you don't. Why did you say that? Are you a pathological liar? Moises. No, no, no. No te voy a responder porque ahora tengo miedo, bro. Diana Armstrong says, what's going on? What's going on? Nothing. We just up in here chatting it up. I don't mess with the White Claw. Tastes too weird. That's because it's whale sperm. Pure whale sperm. Your dad does? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. I literally know the dude that makes this shirt. You might actually be a pathological liar. I'm worried now. Hey Rolando, can you actually, you know what? My laptop's right here. I'm tripping. I'm about to look up CV. I think they made me throw up some gang shit, bro. Now I can't ever go to Brazil because they're gonna kill me. Unfortunately. I say the universe is 13.8 billion years. Damn. Tibbly Winks, what's good? What's up? What you eating? These are gummy sharks. You ever had them? Mark, I'm gonna give you one pass, bro. Don't say it again or I gotta ban you. I don't play like that. Doña Licona. Hi. What happens if someone donated a red 500? I don't know what that means, man. Snow Mister, hi. How you doing? If you say sweets, you must be from England, right? What part are you from? I'm a month behind in school and have like 3 days to catch up. Yeah, that's tough. I'm good, bro. I can't complain, man. I woke up today. I'm employed. I'm married. Life is good, bro. Fiery. That was a dad joke. Donnie Robloxiano says ugly. It's not very nice. Yeah, they're shark gummies, bro. It's my favorite. Of course, I heard of Cambridge. Not even just Cambridge University, but I know about Cambridge. You bought your sixth guitar? They got so many guitars. Oh, what time is it over there, man? It's gotta be late. It's a little late here. You're just addicted to guitars? I mean, there's worse things to be addicted to, man. So, I guess that's good. At least you're working on something productive. Almost 4 a.m. What are you still doing awake? That's crazy. I'm guessing you don't go to work in the morning. You either don't work or you work a night shift. What? You got four guitars and you can't even play them? I thought you were playing all these guitars. Oh, wow, I was wrong. You're a web designer. So right now, are you taking a break from web design to watch this? Or are you doing your web design while you're watching? $250 per guitar? Bro, get on Facebook Marketplace and sell 7 of those guitars. Smoke break. I respect it. Well, I'm sure it'll end soon, so thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you. And I hope you catch up on your work. So to make us scared about people in different eras saying we're the most advanced that humanity's ever been. You know what's crazy? There has to be like a peak, right? Like at some point in time, it really is as advanced as it's gonna get in some kind of subjective way, right? I wonder where that's at. Now, there's only so many more things that we can do. I guess they could have said that 1,000 years too, but we're in the air, we're in the ocean. We built skyscrapers. We talked through airwaves. Like, how much more can we really do? But then again, like I said, they probably said that 100 years ago too. So, yeah, sell 7 of your. Oh, those question marks are for Sean. Sean, you getting blocked, bro. No, you gotta be weird, bro. Everybody else in the chat's being respectful. Take care, man. Like I said, good luck. Hope you catch up with your work. Have a good night. Oh, you only have 6 guitars? All right. Get on Facebook Marketplace, sell 5. I believe in you, man. Don't be a hoarder. It's not good. Hoarding is linked to emotional trauma. Something happened to you. I truly feel like the possibilities are endless. Unfortunately, we need a massive shift towards sustainability and global cooperation. Yeah, I think if there were 1,000 other timelines, uh, we probably would have killed each other in the other 999. And how we got out of that whole nuclear era, it's actually pretty amazing. I don't think that would happen 999 more times. I really don't. Honestly, it still could happen, right? We still could blow each other up. And I think that is more likely to happen than us advancing to some utopia. But if we could advance to some utopia, that would be cool. I kind of think we have to mess up enough times to head towards a utopia. Like right now, we're at like the quote unquote peak pinnacle of civilization, right? And all everybody can think of, for the most part, is being the wealthiest person, having the most stuff, whatever, whatever. I think we need to blow each other up, get set back, do it all over again, blow each other up, get set back. And there needs to be like some revolutionary person that's like, look at what happened every single time we tried to do this method. We need to work together. Right now, I don't think we could work together. Although, I mean, China, Japan, and Korea just ended like centuries of beef just to link up against Donald Trump. So maybe he's the key. Maybe the world just needs to hate somebody enough to advance towards a utopia. What's the link between hoarding and emotional trauma? I couldn't explain to you the link. I don't know why it happens, but I know. Just like if you ever watch My 600 Pound Life or something like that, those people always suffer some crazy trauma in their childhood. They're not just like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat all day. Like something happens to them, bro. Whether it's assault, seeing something they weren't supposed to see, whatever, they're dealing with something, and the eating is them not dealing with it. You get what I'm saying? Same thing as hoarding. Like people are not just like I don't want to say regular people, but I'm gonna say the average person is not just stacking their room with multiple copies of the same shit. If you ever listen to the hoarders talk, they lost something, or again they went through something, and they don't want to lose these like good memories that they have. So they're like, oh, I need this. No, 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 we can't throw this away. This is the last blah blah blah. It could be you losing your parent or something like that, bro. So you don't want to throw away anything that your mom bought you, and then you everything you buy, you start saying like, oh, well, this reminds me of my mom, and so whatever. You know what I mean? So, but that's what I mean when I say that there's a link. Have you ever read Utopia by St. Thomas More? No, I haven't. But if you text me, I will put that on my reading list. We're definitely at a major turning point for sure. Sustainability really needs to be worked on. Oh, my shirt's in the way. We got way too many people choosing to consume Team and Shine products rather than work towards better tomorrow. Yeah, I think it's just tough, man. I think from the time we're born, at least in America, you're told like the American dream. You're told like you're special, you're different than everybody else. You're gonna grow up and be this very special, super rich megastar person. Instead of us like actually talking about building stuff together from when we're young. You know what I mean? Yo, can I tell you a secret? I agree with Tibbly Winks. Like, if you tell me a secret, the whole chat would know it wouldn't really be a secret. My grandpa used to design houses made out of recycled materials and off-grid power and water. My dream is to create communities of these houses. That is very interesting. That's cool, man. I honestly really don't know much about building houses. When I was a kid, me and my dad used to do Habitat for Humanity a lot. So we used to help build houses, but I mean, we were literally just like carrying stuff for them. It's not like I was building it. I couldn't do any of that stuff today. Like I remember helping them with the insulation and they would explain stuff, but I couldn't do it. All right, good night. Sell those guitars. Next time I talk to you, I'm gonna ask you if you sold at least one. That's definitely true. I have a hard time getting rid of stuff my mother gave me, but I'm self-aware enough to know I can't keep everything. But you know what? Everything that could potentially be a problem, there's like a borderline, right? So I don't think there's anything wrong with having something that your mom gave you. That's why we have like scrapbooks and stuff like that, right? Like it's good to have memories and souvenirs from people that aren't here anymore. There's just a point where, and I guess it's subjective, but there's a point where it becomes like kind of ridiculous, right? It's like, all right, bro, you don't have to fill up your whole house with stuff to remember your mom. You know what I mean? Um, like I said, where that point is, it's kind of hard to say. I don't know. I'm not actually a psychologist, even though I have a bachelor's in psychology. That's all I have. Good night, Timmy Colson from Minnesota and Wisconsin. That's where the concept of utopia comes from. He coined the term. The etymology is u, maybe, which means no in Greek, and tops. Tops. Together it means no place. That makes sense because no utopias exist. Danny Mullins was good because. What's up, man? How are you doing? It's cool you helped out with that stuff. Recently, I worked at a roof truss assembly place. It was crazy the amount of waste that place produced. Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I did that when I was really young. We did. My family does a lot of charity, so I've done a lot of stuff like that. We had our hands in a little bit of everything, but I don't. Like I said, I can barely remember anything from it. I just remember that we did it, and I remember I've always been like a super inquisitive kid, so I remember asking them like, "Hey, like, what is this for? Like, what does insulation mean? Like, why do you need this?" I remember them answering the questions, but it wasn't anything that I could use as an adult. Ah, you're from Madison. Okay. Well, have a good night, man. They got those dudes on hoarder shows keeping that last colostomy bag there unused. Yeah, that's sick. Man, I saw this one. I don't, you could type it in on YouTube. Actually, you know, I got my laptop right here. Let me damn, what's up with my shit? Well, whenever I figure out why my shit is tripping. Oh, here's the X. I'm gonna find this episode. There's a super funny episode of Hoarders. It's not funny, but it's funny. And it's this lady that was just keeping jugs of piss and shit everywhere in her house. And yeah, it's disgusting, man. It's really disgusting. And so they basically had to do like an intervention for her. Hold on, let me get on YouTube and find out what it's called. Croissant, dude. Don't be weird, bro. Let me see. Hoarders. P. Oh no. Poop lady. That's the first thing that pops up. You type in P, it says poop lady. Little Pete, what's up? Okay, so her name is Shayna. Shanna. If you just type in hoarders and type in her name, you should be able to find the episode. It's disgusting, bro. Or is that her name? I think her name's Shauna. I think they messed it up. Whatever, you'll find it if you type that in. And it's disgusting, bro. I remember watching it a long time ago. I can't remember everything, but all I remember was like when they finally were able to start cleaning it and get everything out. Like she basically said she wanted to eat like this moldy ass sandwich, and they were like, "Why?" And she's like, it's like if you're giving up drugs, you want to get one last high. And they were like, "That's disgusting, bro." And she was laughing. Like she's really sick, bro. Sick in the head. Meat Canyon did a video on this recently. Nah, yeah, the Basement Warrior Piss Jug collection. Nah, but it's overboard. Like, if you go watch it, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. It's crazy, bro. Like literally, like decades worth of piss and shit jugs in her house. Papa Meat Channel. I know more or less what the Meat Canyon channel is, but I don't know more than that. One last poofies. Yeah. She's a real sicko. But that's what I'm saying. These people have mental problems. Like these are not I used to think like the episodes of Hoarders before I like really watched it. I'm like, oh, it's like people that are kind of messy. Like, nah, they're not kind of messy, bro. They have mental issues. Dayana Reyes, what's up? And same thing with like my 600-pound life. Those people are not normal, bro. Not in a disrespectful way. I'm just saying. Like, people see that stuff and they're like, how do you let yourself get like this? Bro, they have problems. These are not people that are going to work every day. These are not like normally, quote unquote, normally obese people. These are not people that are just like eating 3,000 calories a day. These are people that are eating, bro. Kaden Williams says, yo, I have a question. What's up, bro? Who is best for my dad? He's getting out on summer. I have no idea what that means. I'm not even going to pretend to. She says, I thought the mold came from the dust, not my nasty ass jugs. Yeah, bro. That episode was disgusting, bro. If you want to watch something else that's pretty entertaining, I don't even want to type this into my Google because I don't know how to type it without something weird popping up. But basically, like TLC used to have this show. Oh yeah, it was called like My Husband's Boyfriend or something like that. And it was these Mormons that were not gay, but they called themselves like same-sex attracted person or something like that. Because they didn't act on it. They didn't act on it. They would hang out in groups of guys and they would talk about their problems and they would like see dudes and be like, yeah, he's hot, bro. But they weren't gay. They were married. And they didn't act on their desires. So they knew that physically they were like that, but they're like, you're not gay if you don't do anything. So those episodes are hilarious too. The dude had a rat collection? And they showed the before and after his house. Bruh, that's disgusting, dog. Kaden Williams, if I sub to you, if you sub to me, what? Yeah, Rolando, very suspicious. Let me see. Mormons. Let me see if I just type attracted, what pops up. Cause I'm not trying to type too much. Mormons attracted. Nah, I need more than that. TLC. Let me type TLC. Oh, yeah, that's what it's called. Sorry. My husband's not gay. That's literally the name of the show. I'm not joking, bro. My husband's not gay. Sure, pal. But yeah, it's a hilarious show because they're like the most feminine dudes ever, bro. And they're just describing their lives, and the women are saying like, "Oh, he's actually not gay. I swear." They were definitely swinging. They just don't talk. They don't just talk. Yeah, when I was watching the show, I was like, I get the concept of what you're saying, but it's also like if you're like a recovering addict, I don't think you're supposed to hang out with a bunch of people that are suffering from the same thing as you. In a sense, you are, right? That's why they go to those meetings because those people understand you and stuff. But like, it's a little different because y'all could be attracted to each other. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know if y'all should be having sleepovers and bros nights, bro. Like, I think y'all need to have a woman as a chaperone in the group. Can you join me in your live? No, I don't know you. Kaden Williams, and I will subscribe to you. I don't know what you're saying, bro. You're talking in riddles. I lived in Utah for a while. They got a major mental health crisis out there. I was 10 when I moved there. They hella tried to convert me. That doesn't surprise me. I knew somebody from there, and they told me like all kinds of stuff about their time in college because they went to what is it called? BYU? Yeah. They told me all kinds of stories about how you can't drink caffeine and you can't smoke, but there's always energy drinks and cigarettes in the trash cans. And how you can't have premarital sex, but they do like soaking and all kinds of stuff where they're not having sex, but they are. And there was a show, Chris Lee Knows Best, about a down south family, and the dad was clearly in the closet, and he went to jail for tax fraud and started getting transferred. That I was not expecting the end. The end of that sentence. That's that's a little crazy. Little bit crazy. Man, we've been talking about the most random stuff ever. Trying to think, do I remember any other weird shows like that? If y'all haven't seen this documentary called Our Father, that one's not funny, but it's very interesting. Forgot about soaking. Yeah, bro. When he was telling me, I was just like, nah. I think I'm understanding something incorrectly. And he's like, no, you're understanding it. And I'm like, you telling me there's somebody jumping on the bed? And you just like still? I'm like, bro, that doesn't even make sense. Like this, like, come on, man. Why would he tell his kids that, bro? Man, I remember I watched it. a little documentary about male rape in prison. Not that I ever planned on going there, but that was enough for me to 1000% never, ever, ever, ever want to go, bro. It was like two dudes talking about how they violently did it to somebody, and like they had all these like tips and tricks. They're like, oh yeah, we make them lube their self up, so they'll have the lube under their fingernails. So when they report it, we could say, nah, it was consensual. Look under his fingernails. And they had this dude, kind of like the dude that you're describing, but he wasn't in the closet. He just got raped, bro. And like, he was talking about how weird it was to come out and try to live a normal life knowing that that happened. He was like, I can't tell my wife that that happened to me. He's like, that would change our relationship. And I'm like, damn, bro, that's some heavy stuff to live with, bro. I want no parts of that, bro. No parts. Reality show families are wild. The Kardashians be talking out of pocket with their direct family in the room. I've never seen not even one episode of that show, bro. Like, I don't really think I'm above anything, and I don't judge other people for what they watch. But sometimes I'm like, you couldn't get me to watch that, bro, because like, what am I gonna learn from it? Like, why am I watching it? Play. I don't even know how to say that. Rocio nice. Vida loca. The thing with music is it could get my stream shut off. Let's see. Vida loca. Parteos.
Firmeza total, mais um ano se passando aí, graças a Deus a gente tá com saúde aí, mano. Muita coletividade na quebrada, dinheiro no bolso, sem miséria, e é nóis. Vamos lidar o dia de hoje, amanhã só pertence a Deus, a vida é louca. Deixa eu falar pra você, tudo vai, tudo é fácil, mano. Logo mais vamos arrebentar no mundão.
It's like 90s rap, except in Portuguese. Now I know you're a gang member, bro. You made me throw up some gang shit, didn't you?
Sofrimento, brinde pros guerreiros é por fim eu lamento. Vermes que só faz peso na terra. Tira o zóio, vê se me erra. Eu durmo pronto pra guerra e eu não era assim. Eu tenho ódio e sei que é mal pra mim. Fazer o
que é mal para mim. That's crazy how Portuguese is so close to Spanish and it's so different at the same time. Me either. My aunt and grandma be watching this stuff. It's insane. Yeah, I just can't get with those kind of shows. I like the educational ones because you're like learning about a different lifestyle, right? Like even like the my husband's not gay thing. I didn't really know anything about Mormons, so at least I was learning stuff while I'm watching like the silliness. But I'm not watching. I'm not watching rich people sit around and argue, bro. All right, Devin, take it easy, man. I'm gonna peep your channel later. Hopefully, you got some good stuff coming on. Portuguese sounds like a mix of Spanish and French. Yeah, it sounds like if a drunk French dude tried to speak Spanish. Well, it says, you want to know what my favorite song in Portuguese is? Let me see. I gotta find it. Meninos, yo favela. Yo do? No, I don't know. I clicked the wrong one. Oh, this is City of God. They got the cover of City of God.
Na faixa de Gaza, só homem bomba na guerra, é tudo ou nada. Várias titânio no pente, colete à prova de bala. Nós desce pra pista pra fazer o assalto, mas tá fechadão no 12. Se eu tô de rolé, 600 bolado, perfume importado, pistola no coto. Mulher, ouro e poder, lutando que se
Acapella?
conquista. Nós não
Where's the
precisa de
beat?
crédito, nós paga tudo à vista. É Eco, Lacoste, é peça da Oakley, para camisa de time. Quem tá de fora até pensa que é mole viver do crime. Nós planta humildade pra colher poder. A recompensa
He's
vem logo
spitting.
após. Não somos fora da lei, porque a lei quem faz é nós. Nós é o certo pelo certo, não aceita a covardia. Não é qualquer um que chega e ganha moral de cria. Consideração se tem pra quem age na pureza. Pra quem tá mandado o papo é reto, bota as peças na mesa. Quantos amigos eu vi e morar com Deus no céu sem tempo de se despedir, mas fazendo o seu papel. Por isso eu vou mandar, por isso eu vou mandar sim. Comando vermelho, RL até o fim. É vermelhão desde pequenininho. Só menor bolado nas favelas do baixinho. Não dá, não dá, não dá, não. Por isso eu mando assim. Comando vermelho, RL até o fim. É vermelhão desde pequenininho. Só menor
Okay,
bolado nas favelas do baixinho. Mas tá que tá em
Moises, I got a question.
na faixa de Gaza, só homem bomba na.
You gotta be like 30 something years old, bro. Jace Vids, yo, man, what's up? I keep hearing 100 bottles of beer on the wall. This week I learned how to identify different types of wisteria. Tell me more. Moises, how old are you? Because all of these songs are from like 15 years ago. Rolando, I don't know how to say it, bro, but he put it in the chat. Hold on, Axel. Why is Axel mad at me? Today was the championship for the women. You don't even watch. On My Strange Addiction, they got a guy who's attracted to balloons, and they call themselves Looners. It's wild. Different species will climb structures in different directions. I'm interested. I want to know more. Bro, that's the CV you made me put up? Moises, why'd you do that to me, bro? Oh my God, bro. Moises, I can't trust you anymore, bro. I can't trust you anymore. Stress test, is wisteria a plant? I don't know what wisteria is, bro. I'm pretty uncultured in that. Still got a wife too, who refused to appear on the episode, I bet. Moises, nah, man, you made me throw up a Brazilian cartel gang sign, bro. I thought it was for your aunt. I can't trust you anymore. I'm not playing any more songs because I think you're trying to, I don't know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make me like throw up some more gang shit. You're not about to have my face on the internet playing gang music. Hell no, boy. Wisteria's a vine that has purple lavender flowers that bloom right now in the early spring. All right, now I gotta reread the messages. Different species will climb structures in different directions. Chinese wisteria will climb trees counterclockwise, and Japanese in America will climb it clockwise. That is interesting. I'm getting extradited. Actually, you do not watch basketball, bro. Helping with words. What's up? Why is your name Helping with Words? I remember you being here last time. I remember you were 25 and feeling old. So you must feel older now. Bro, you do not love Paige. You didn't even know she dropped a 40 piece. Take one out and why? Chick-fil-A, Jersey Mike's, Chipotle, Five Guys, Starbucks. I would take Starbucks out because I don't, there's nothing I would get at Starbucks. I was supposed to start a YouTube channel. Why haven't you started it, bro? What's going on, man? Moisés, ¿tú puedes entender español o no? Chicken nuggets. Sup, everybody? Sup? Can't believe Moisés tried to set me up, dog. That was quick. You on that good connection today. Y'all, he don't wear deodorant. Your advice on studying Spanish was really good. Thanks. I don't know what you're referring to exactly, but I don't remember exactly what I said, but I'm glad you found it helpful. Let's go helping with words. You don't need no camera, bro. You got an iPhone? If you got an iPhone, you're good. If you don't have an iPhone, my bad. He takes one shower per week. I need to drink my water before it gets too late. I'm not trying to be peeing all night. Axe is going to sleep. Helping with words. If you got an iPhone, you good, bro. I've never used anything besides my iPhone for a YouTube video. Literally. What's funny is sometimes people have commented and said, "What camera do you use?" And I'm like, "This is my phone, bro. I would never." I'm not gonna say never, but I don't content create enough to pay for a camera to do it. Now, if I was making big money, I might say, you know what? I'll use the funds from YouTube to pay for the camera. It's a reinvestment, you know what I mean? But at this point, you know, the little bit of money that I have gotten from YouTube before, I'm buying no camera, bro. It looks like a camera. That's what I'm saying, bro. If you use the back camera on the iPhone, it's 4K. Like it's as good as a basic camera. So Damien Coffee, imagine typing that 2 times, bro. Come on, dog. Axe is crashing out. That's my wife. She's in the other room. What's the graphic on my shirt? It's barbell seppuku. It's a dude committing suicide with a barbell. Moisés, no me respondiste. ¿Me puedes entender en español o no? Cutting your excuses exactly, bro. Best thing to do is get started. You can always upgrade in the future, but if you're always waiting for the perfect whatever to start, you'll never start, bro. Okay, ¿entiendes? Déjame buscar. Mi rapero favorito. ¿Quién es? Cedobleta. Cedobleta. I mean, is that your built like a pizza? You can't even spell Damien Coffee. You think how you gonna throw insults that you can't spell? Is English your first language? My build like pizza. B Bank, what's up? How you doing? Judy, how you look different today? Come on, man. Come on, man. You gotta come more original than that. Yeah, B Bank. Come on, though. You getting blocked for that one. That's outrageous. Pink Durag is crazy. It's only crazy if you think it's crazy, man. You look like Rick Ross and Tyron Woodley's son. I don't even know how to respond to that. La gente rara, así. Ty Chambers, top 5 movies. That's tough. Let me think about that. I gotta put Interstellar. Interstellar's in my top 5 for sure. There's a horror movie called High Tension. It's in my top 5. No Country for Old Men. Sicario. That's what is that for? I gotta think of a fifth one. I can't really think of a fifth one. You built like a microwave. City of God. Actually, yes. City of God is in my top 5. Yes, my sis. Oh yeah, we're getting some strange people up in here. Hello, James Harden. Todos americanos se parecen. Interstellar's golden. I love Interstellar, man. It's a great movie. Why did I start learning Spanish? There was a variety of reasons, but the biggest thing that set it off was that I'm a strength and conditioning coach, and I had a client that did not speak any English whatsoever. So when I would help her, I would just ask her like, "How do I say this to make it easier for her?" I would say, "How do I say this in Spanish?" She would tell me, you know, whatever, like squat. She would say, "La sentadillas." Okay, and I would come back the next day, and I'd be like, "Oh shit, I remember la sentadillas. I remember." And that would just keep happening. And I said, you know what? Like, I think I just before because I thought I couldn't learn Spanish. I literally thought that. And she made me realize that I just needed to use it in real life to remember it. Like whatever I was doing shit before, like trying to write it down and trying to study or whatever I was trying to do, and it wasn't working. But she made me realize that I just literally just needed to talk. And so that's what got me started. And then my wife's family, like, they speak Spanish too, so. Yeah, Damien is not really funny. I think he's just trying to, like, I don't know. I think he's bored. Trying to get a reaction, maybe. Sometimes people just need attention, man. I hope whatever you're going through, Damien, I hope it gets better, bro. For real, for real. Stress test, No Country So Good. Do you remember the song the mariachi band sings when he wakes up in Mexico? Nathaniel Band. I will have to look it up. I don't remember what the song was. Si lo cambiamos a solo español, entonces no tiene motivo para quedarse. Sí, pero todo el mundo no habla español, bro. Alright. Had to give Damien what he was looking for and blocked him. Joash Armand Cardama. Where are you from, bro? That sounds like it could be a Brazilian name. Rebecca Barrett. B. There was somebody with the name B that I just blocked. I hope that you're not a second account of that person. I watched it before learning Spanish. Watching it again afterwards, the band is singing about the stuff the main character is going through. If you ever watch like any novela, that's like the intro song is always telling like exactly what's gonna happen in the show. It's actually pretty hilarious. Well, Rebecca, how do you say your name? Rolando, you never seen City of God before? You kidding me? City of God is like the greatest movie of all time, bro. It is from 2002, but it's not a horror. Moy says, we know you're from the favela because you made me throw up CV. Why would you make me do that, bro? Is City of God a disturbing film by today's standards? I've never seen it, but I know it's infamous for being one of the most disturbing films ever made. I don't think it's disturbing. It's just real. It's just like some real shit that happens in the favelas. So I guess that could be disturbing if you've never experienced any life before. Cidade de Deus. ¿Cómo se dice, Moisés? Dios or Deus? Jack, I got to block whoever Jack is. You are crazy. About as disturbing as juice. Yeah, that's actually pretty accurate. Like, just some real shit that go down in the hood. The CV shot down a helicopter last month, and you making me throw up the hand signs? Oh my God, Moises, why, bro? Why did you do that to me? Ah, the butterfly effect, that's good. Sé pequeño. Moisés, pero ¿cómo se dice? ¿Cómo se pronuncia? ¿Cómo se pronuncia? Uno, Dios. Dos, Deus. Deus, okay. Cidade de Deus. Cidade. Ciudad de Dios. Can't wait till I start Portuguese, but I want a Spanish to C1 first. Are you gonna actually test it or just C1 by your standards? I don't even think I've seen that movie. Anthony, it's good, man. You should watch it. Oh. Oh, you want to take the deli? That's what I was guessing. Most films that have some infamy for being disturbing, people are mostly just being dramatic. Yeah, there's only one movie I've ever watched where I was kind of like, I'm about to turn this shit off. If you guys ever want to watch something disturbing, it's a movie called Irreversible. It's French. I dead ass like. I was like, I'm about to turn it off. Like for real, for real. Carandiru. Okay. Vai buscar. Carandiru. Lo voy a ver esta noche. Pero Moisés, ¿cuántos años tienes? I think the most disturbing for me was Event Horizon. What? That wasn't that. That wasn't even that disturbing, bro. I think the most disturbing part was probably like where he was like, "We don't need eyes where we're going." Ah, tienes 17. Hmm. ¿Y por qué tienes tanta interés en, no sé, la vida bandida? Bro? Porque yo soy favelado. Mm, ahora entiendo. Ya que eres del favela, por eso tienes tanto interés en esa vida bandida. Tú eres pobre, no tienes dinero. Croissant, come on, dog. I heard salud is really bad. About to look it up right now. Yeah, I still box. Salud movie. Shit got a 4.8 out of 10. Gotta be whack as hell. What she doesn't know that René is gay and he's in love with his driver. What the fuck kind of movie is that? People being graphically violated in films is, yeah, exactly. If you watch Irreversible, I'm not joking. There's a rape scene that lasts for minutes, bro, and it was like to the point where I'm like, bro, is this a real rape? This is loud. It was loud. Like I don't want to be disgusting. I don't want to get graphic, but I mean like clapping sounds. Like you're watching it, it's making the noise, and then there's the noise of distress. And I'm like, bro, what? Like, did this scene need to be in the film? Like, what are we doing here, bro? Ask for Tim Lopez. Ah, quiere que busque Tim Lopez por internet. Tim Lopez. Brazil. Brazilian investigative journalist. Oh. Driven to the top of a favela in the trunk of a car, tied to a tree, subjected to a mock trial, tortured by having his hands, arms, and legs severed with a sword while still alive, and then had his body necklaced, a practice that traffickers have dubbed microondas, an allusion to the microwave oven. Hmm. Hmm. Lily 2 says, do you know Nirvana? Yeah. No, we're talking about City of God, the movie, bro. Y'all see, and Moises got me throwing up gang signs. I thought I was sending something for his aunt, bro. He got me throwing up that shit. I can never step in Brazil now, bro. Moises, ¿por qué me hiciste hacer la cosa con las manos, bro? Ahora tengo miedo, bro. Got me listening to gang music, throwing up gang signs. I didn't even know, bro. You'll never see me in Brazil. The South Korean movie called Burning. That's actually good. All right, I'm gonna check it out. I seen all the Terrifier movies, man. That shit's kind of funny to me, bro. That's like the I don't. That's like comedy gore for me. They got you up on billboards. I know, bro. Who knows what he's gonna do with this? I'm about to delete this stream. He probably already screenshotted that shit or screen recorded it. But god damn, bro. I didn't know. I thought I was doing something for his aunt. He tricked me, bro. No stress test. CV is the name of a cartel in Brazil, but I didn't know that. He said he asked me to send his aunt a hug, and then he asked me to do CV with the hands. I'm thinking his aunt's initials are CV or something. I was like, what the? Show your forehead? Why? Go look at my videos or my other streams. I usually don't have a do-rag on. Oh hell nah, bro. Brazil is basically cartel ran, bro. It's probably the worst place. But Mexico got them too for sure. Brazil just a different level. It's like, yeah, it's just different, bro. Yeah, I was gonna say, but cartels are everywhere, bro. Any place where there's corruption, there's gangs too. Here we call them, I don't know how to say that. Fasal? Don't know. Pablo Escobar's from Colombia. Pablo Escobar's been dead for like 30 years, bro. Facción. Ah, como facción en español. Faction. He's like the king of cartels. That's debatable, but he's definitely one of the most popular names when you think of cartels. The difference is his brand of cartel doesn't exist in Colombia anymore, whereas the cartels in Mexico still exist and the cartels in Brazil still exist. They fucked him up and they stomped that shit out in Colombia. Obviously, there's still drug dealing and drugs in Colombia, but those kind of cartels that run everything don't exist. Not the same way, anyways. Bro, I hate gangs. Me too, man. Me too, bro. Who's more scary, Pablo El Chapo? I don't know. One of them's dead. The other one, they got. Yo, have you ever, have you ever looked up the shit they got El Chapo locked in? That shit is crazy, bro. Honestly, if he wasn't the head of a cartel, I would be like, that's that's not something you should do to a human being. PCC runs Colombia? I don't think so, bro. Alan says hello. If y'all ever want to look up a video, look up the shit they got uh Joaquin Guzman El Chapo. Look up the shit they got him locked up in. It's a cell with like no fucking real windows. That shit rotates so he doesn't ever know where he's at. He's not allowed to talk to anybody. Like, they got him fucked up, isolated, bro. He's in the shittiest jail in the world. Do you think the cartels own the BBL surgery companies? Yeah, probably. Probably. Banana, you about to get blocked. PCC May 2006 case. What it says, I ain't looking up no more torture cases, bro. Nah, man. I understand. I understand that Brazil's violent. You win. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I ain't looking up no more of that shit. I do not want torture on my shit for the next 3 weeks. My Twitter, bro, first of all, I don't know that the algorithm matters on Twitter. Cause like no matter what I do, there's just death on my Twitter, bro. Just people getting murdered, bro. Elon changed that shit so much. But of course, it's a little bit fascinating, you know what I mean? You see someone falling off a building, I don't immediately scroll past it. I'm like, is this real? And I watch the person drop. And now I've watched the video and the algorithm's like, oh, you like this. No, I was confused. After the stream, look up Waterbury, Connecticut, man, held hostage for 30 years. Let me look it up right now. Why was he held hostage? Best stream. Thanks. How a man used printer paper and hand sanitizer to escape an alleged 20 years of captivity by his stepmother. Man, he should have just beat her ass. Both sides of his door have been secured with plywood and a lock. For years, he'd only been given 2 sandwiches, egg or tuna salad, or peanut butter, and a small amount of water each day. But now he had a plan. Printer paper for kindling, hand sanitizer for fuel, and a lighter. He was 32? Bro, I wonder what made him suddenly be like, I'm out of here, bro, after 30 years. That's insane, bro. Latin America's other level. Yeah, Moises, I used to live in Colombia, bro. That's why I don't use Facebook no more. That's all I used to see on my Facebook. People getting killed by the cartels in Mexico. Yeah, bro. I don't know how algorithms work anymore. Gotta block Christopher. I don't know why people gotta come in here and be weird, man. I need to write your name on my book because I will come back for your other stream. Cool, man. You're always welcome. Have I been to Medellin? Nah, I really didn't have any desire to go out there, bro. I loved Cali. That was enough for me, man. I visited some of the outer parts of Cali, some cities that were not Cali, but they're right next to Cali. But I really had no desire to go up there to Medellin. Oh. Let's see. I guess I might as well stay on until 11. Breaking my heart hearing that. Why? It's just not for me, man. I'm not a party dude. Medellin is like a hot spot right now, bro. Like, that's where all the tourists want to go. That's where everything's happening at. Like, I I enjoy being out the way. Like in Cali, nobody speaks English like that. Like there was, I mean, besides, I don't know how long you've been on my channel, but like Rolando and the other guys and all, like when I would get on YouTube, that was the only time I would speak English. Like nobody where I live spoke English, like at all. Like not even like, maybe somebody in the United States, they don't speak good English, but if you say something, they could be like, oh, you're looking for this. Not where I was living at in Cali, bro. You spoke English, you might as well have been speaking German. I was watching Steven Seagal stories. Apparently everyone hates him. Yeah, because he's a dickhead, bro. Motherfucker be acting like he could really fight. I heard about this time he got his ass whooped, too. Kanye tweeted out an enemy list with Peppa Pig and his own children on it. I saw that shit, bro. I need to rethink this because I'm not a party person either. I'm introverted. I mean, you don't have to go there, bro. You could go anywhere, can't you? I want to go because I hear good things about it. Hold on one second. I got to go use the bathroom. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Not a party person either. Did all that shit in high school. Yeah, you can go. You can go wherever you want to go, bro. I just it's just not somewhere I wanted to go. Like I said, it's a tourist hotspot. So like I know lots of people that travel for good and bad. And everyone that wants to go to Colombia, they're like, oh, I want to go to Medellin. I heard their nightlife. I heard this. I heard this. Everybody wants to go there. I did not want to go somewhere where all the Americans were going. I just didn't want to. And plus, the dude that taught me Spanish was from Cali, so I had to connect out there. Anything I needed, he always helped me. I would always go to his family's house. I mean, I didn't stay that far away from his family. I like I said, I don't know how long y'all been on my channel, but like when I was in Colombia, I was living in a real neighborhood. Like I wasn't living like there's tourist sections of Cali too. Like there's a neighborhood called Barrio San Antonio. And that's where all the tourists live at. It's like colonial. And like probably every person you see on those streets is European or they're from the United States. They're not from Colombia. And or they're from other parts of Colombia even maybe. And I didn't want to live somewhere like that. I literally moved like smack dab into a neighborhood to the point that like I was cool with the people in the neighborhood, bro. It was like how I live right now. Like we would go to the same little shop every single morning to eat. Like I'll go get whatever I needed from the grocery store, from the same grocery store, like every day. You know what I mean? So that's what I wanted though. I wanted to immerse myself for real, for real. I didn't want to go to a spot where maybe I was gonna wake up and hear English every day. I'm like, "Motherfucker, I could have moved to New York City for that. If I just want to occasionally hear people speak Spanish, you know what I'm saying? Is it mainly like partying there? I can't really speak on it, bro, because I've never been to Medellin, so I can't say like, oh yeah, it's only parties. But the people that I know that like to party, that's where they want to go. Cause you could party in Cali, bro. Cali is a dancing city. Like I went out to dance in Cali, so I'm not gonna act like I stayed home all the time. But I just like to be out the way, bro. Like I don't like the way I could move in Cali, bro. I would catch Ubers to the boxing gym every day, catch Ubers to the weightlifting gym, walk around, and nobody knew that I was American. I think if I was in Medellin, in the tourist section, it would have been assumed that I was American. You get what I'm saying? Which comes with a host of other problems. Like when I was walking around in Cali, like people didn't know I wasn't from there, bro. Sometimes even after talking to me, unless they ask me a real specific question, and I'm like, "What's that?" And they're like, "What the like? Where are you from, bro? How you don't know what that is?" Moises, um, I just wanted to. I just wanted to. Is the cost of living pretty low in Colombia? It is. Um, Depending on where you go, that's another problem too. Everyone wants to go to Medellin, right? And it's like they know, they know that you're American. They know that you're coming. They know you have money. If they tell you the Airbnb is $700 a month, all you can do is say, "Oh, that's cheaper than my rent." Oh, that seems like it's correct. You don't know. You know what I mean? In places like Cali, like I said, there was not Americans where I was at, bro. So like I said, they wouldn't know that I wasn't from there. If I was doing business, especially on the internet, it's all in Spanish. So I was completing stuff, I was completing purchases, and then I'll get there, and sometimes I'll tell them I wasn't from there. Sometimes I wouldn't, just depending on where I was at. But yeah, stuff was cheap because I was in a place where there was no tourists. Hobson Silva. Hobson Silva. Good morning. How are you? I'm watching you here from Brazil. From Brazil. What part of Brazil are you from, bro? You're breaking my heart. Nah, bro. It's not it shouldn't break your heart. It's just more information, man. You know, before I moved out there, bro, I was trying to collect as much information as I could about everywhere that I could potentially go. Because Cali was always at the top of my list because my boy's from there, and I wanted to be around someone that I knew and have their family there to support me if I needed something. But I mean, like Medellin was on my list. I knew people, like all the YouTubers that I watched at the time. That's where they were at, and they were telling their prices, their grocery prices, their. So I couldn't really find people from Cali because it's not a popular, or wasn't a popular spot to move to. So Medellin was on my list, but the more information I collected, I'm like, nah, I don't want to do it, bro. You could probably go to like Bogota and convince them you're from Cali. Yeah, maybe. Like I said, when I was in Cali, like most of the people thought I was from there. You know, there's like some stuff that you only learn in a place. You know what I mean? So a lot of the terminology I use and stuff, my boys from Cali, so sometimes I don't even know that the phrases or words are from Cali. And so people hear it, they're like, "Oh, well, you gotta be from here." Like, it's funny. My wife gets mad about this shit. Luckily, she's asleep right now. But the other day, Will hit me up, and he has a coworker, and we went out to La Calle de la Salsa, right? We all went out to that street and danced and stuff. And I guess he was kind of drunk. He didn't believe me. He kept asking where I was from, and I was like, "Oh, I'm from the United States, blah, blah, blah." And he just kept busting out laughing. And I'm like, whatever, like everybody's drinking, we're having fun. You know what I mean? But anyways, Will hit me up the other day. He was like, "Yo, my boy was asking about you." He's like, where's your boy with the gringo wife?" And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro. He literally thought I was joking about being from the United States. He thought that I was just saying like since I got a wife from the United States that I'm not from Cali no more and I'm from over there." And I was like, "That's crazy." So he always be asking about the dude with the gringo wife. You from Chicago? Deuces from Cleveland. What part of Cleveland? Aiden said, "Yo, what's up?" Yeah, man, more information is always good. Is the healthcare in Colombia any good? It's great, bro. You probably don't know this because I'm guessing you're new here, but I actually got hurt really badly in Colombia and I had to get both of my legs operated on. Tip top condition now, bro. I'm back to running, jumping, and sprinting and everything, bro. I actually had one of the best surgeons in the world in Colombia. I didn't get hurt on purpose so I could go to him. It just so happened that I got hurt. And then I found him. Like I said, luckily I had my boy there. Weirdly enough, my boy had suffered a similar injury before, and he was like, "Yo, we're gonna take you to the best hospital." This dude did my surgery. He's the best in the world. He has like a huge line. I skipped the line. And yes, you can drink water from the tap. I drink water from the tap every day. And as far as I know, nothing's wrong with me. Moisés, ya te dije, C de obleta, Cdobleta. But yeah, it's just more information, man. Like I said, before I moved out there, I wanted all the information I could get, bro. Once I narrowed it down to Cali and I made my mind up on that, because you know everyone says it's like one of the most dangerous cities in the world, which I'm not saying it's not, but people will be like, "Don't go here, don't do this, don't do that." Once I made my mind up on that, it was just about trying to find the safest place that I could go, uh, you know, without being like in a tourist hotel. I knew I was gonna live in a city, so I was like, what is considered a safe city? Aubrey, hey, what's up? But yeah, Cali's dope. Another one that was on my list was Manizales, because Manizales is a real chill town too. But you got to keep in mind too, bro. I don't know what your situation is, but I'm married. You know what I mean? I was married when I went out there, so I was not looking to party. I wasn't looking for women. Like I was literally just out there to be out there. You know what I mean? So I was looking for boring towns, bro. Looking for a place where I could dance and experience the culture, but I wasn't looking for nothing else. You know what I mean? Você tem ascendencia indígena o sou africana? Me imagino que dijiste era africano o era indígena o solo africano más o menos. Pero no, bro. No tengo ninguna ascendencia indígena. 100% africano. I did say I was going to end the live at 11, but I like to finish conversations, so I'm not gonna end it exactly at 11. Ah, tú eres afroindígena. Qué bueno, bro. You just want to visit so you can see if it's worth living there? Honestly, man, I didn't visit before I moved out there. And my boy said I should. And I don't regret it. Because in my head, this is what I thought. A visit will never tell you what the daily situation is like. You can try to feel it, but you're not gonna feel it, bro. If somebody comes to my city right now and they stay in a hotel for a week, there's no way that they can know what my life is like commuting to work, going out on different weekends, whatever. You know what I mean? Like one weekend of information, 1 week of information, even 2 weeks, it's not enough to know what daily life is like. There's so much stuff that happened that I wouldn't have known from a visit anyways. Like their hot water situation in Cali, like it's very hard to get hot water. Where you can get hot water though is at a fancy hotel. So if you stay at a fancy hotel, you're not gonna know what life is like for a daily person. And when you move there, you're not gonna stay at a fancy hotel for a year or more. You know what I mean? So then you find out about infrastructure stuff. Then you find out about traffic times. Uh, just all kinds of stuff, bro. Different times of the year for festivals, holidays, that kind of stuff. You can't really prepare for it in a week. Like the holiday situation in Latin America is different than the United States, bro. Them motherfuckers don't go to work, bro. I don't care what kind of store. Like we got Walmart and shit that stays open on our holidays for limited hours. If it's a holiday weekend, bro, and you was looking to go to the store, that shit gonna say come back on Monday, bro. No one's working. It's a holiday. That kind of stuff you can't prepare for with a visit because you probably wouldn't have been visiting on a holiday. Also, I want to study Spanish there. What's your thoughts on that? When you say study Spanish there, what do you mean? Do you not know any Spanish at the moment? A limited amount, or you have a decent amount? And what are you talking about taking classes there? Because I wouldn't do that. Eu preferir morar nos morar. ¿Qué es eso? ¿Cómo vivir? Tú prefieres vivir en los Estados Unidos, ¿sí? What kind of music am I into? Jim Bro with a curtain. I'm into everything, bro. I like Beverly Craven. Mr. Layo 24. I'm doing great. How are you doing? When they found out you're American, did they treat you different? I think it's impossible to treat someone the same after you find out they're a different person. But it wasn't bad. And the thing about me too is like, specifically me in that situation, was that I'm fluent in Spanish. I lived there, and I know most of the stuff about their culture. So once they could get over that I wasn't from there, they're like, "Oh, you're really from the United States. Like you're not the child of," because you know there's people that get deported and stuff like that. So you could say you're from the United States, but your parents are from Cali, and it's like, yeah, you're really from here, but you lived in the United States for a long time. Okay, like you're from Cali. But once they really got over the fact that I didn't have any real ties to Cali and I just decided to move out there, and they're like, "Oh, how'd you learn this word? How'd you learn this? How'd you?" And I'm just like, "I just learned it, bro. I don't know what to tell you." It's like they have respect for it. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, I might have got some special treatment. Nothing bad though. You know what I mean? Yeah, I wouldn't take classes over there, bro. I know Spanish, it's just I haven't put it together and my listening's bad. You gotta practice, dog. No, it says ban. Ban a los Estados Unidos. They charge foreigners different prices. That can happen to you. That can happen to you. But it's like I said, bro. I was in the middle of a neighborhood, and I'm not. It's like I said. I'm not speaking English over there. So it's like you don't walk up. All right. Here's the thing. You gotta know how to move in every situation, bro. Like the same way I probably wouldn't ask the price of something in the United States. I don't go up to them and ask the price over there. I already know the price. So I'm asking for it. I'm asking for the food. I'm not asking for the price. That's what a lot of foreigners do. They're like, how much does this cost? You just gave them an invitation to tell you any price. You don't know the price. You just ask for the thing. And if they lie to you, that's a different story. But you don't ask them the price. You get what I'm saying? Hey, Santana, what's up, bro? You in Miami right now or you in Cali? Pero todo bien, bro. But honestly, man, like I said, Cali's a very nice place, bro. The people are warm. I'm not gonna say stuff doesn't happen there, bro, but I never got scammed there. The people were very nice. Santana could probably tell you guys they're very helpful people, bro. Matter of fact, when I got my surgery done, bro, I needed a brace one time. So my wife went to go buy the brace from a store like 4 or 5 blocks over. Keep in mind, like this is just a regular store that's selling a brace. She bought the brace. The lady walked with her to the room to fit the brace for me, bro, because she was like, it's kind of hard to put on. I'm gonna come with you and put it on for him. And that shit was hard to get on. That shit was mad complex. But she didn't like you don't get paid extra for that shit. She could have been like, here you go, bye. Like she just wanted to come help because she knew how difficult it was to put on. So I had a lot of experiences like that, bro. If I asked somebody for directions, like I remember when I first got there, the first time I went to the boxing gym, I just couldn't figure out where that shit was, bro. The Uber dropped me off. And I'm like, bro, nothing over here look like no boxing gym. So I asked a dude on the street, and he was like a security guard. And he was like, I don't know where that shit is. Let's go look for it. Bro, we just walking. Just walking. I'm like, nah, that's not it. Literally just walking around, bro. And finally I looked up and I'm like, oh shit, it's been here the whole time. It's on the 4th floor. And then like just dapped him up and left, bro. Helping with words, I gotta get with you specifically, bro. I don't know, you could catch me on a different social media or email me or something. I guarantee you, if you just tell me like what you know, I could tell you what you need to work on. The biggest thing, and because I teach English too, so I teach English to Spanish speakers. The biggest thing I tell people in both languages is that if you can describe everything you do on a daily basis, you'll be good at having conversations in the present tense. Just being able to say, I wake up at this time, I go to sleep at this time, I eat breakfast at this time, this is what I eat for breakfast, this is where I go to work, this is this. You're gonna be able to use so many different verbs and you're gonna be better at saying a time. So that's one thing, right? The next thing is you should be able to tell me everything that you did earlier in the day, that day. So every time I get on the class with my students, I say, hey, what'd you do today? What'd you do this weekend? So they could work on speaking in the past tense. A lot of conversations are had in the past tense. So I say, hey, how was your day? How was this? How was this? Where did you go? Blah, blah, blah. So they need to say, I woke up at this time. I went to school. I ate this. If you could tell me everything that you did today, you'll be decent at talking in the past tense. Same thing with the future. What are you going to do this weekend? What time are you going to go to work? What time are you going to eat? When you could do all three of those things, you'll be able to have a decent conversation. People think they need more vocabulary. They need more simple structures. They need to be able to put the stuff together. You probably already know 2,000 words. You don't need no more words. Motherfuckers be having 10,000 words in their head And you ask them, what time did you wake up? And they're like, You leave on Friday? I miss Cali, man. You doing better? Mejorando. Sí, bro, me estoy mejorando. That's what I'm doing now, working on tenses. Bro, I'm telling you, daily routine, present, past, future. You should be able to say that shit flawlessly, bro. If I ask you, tell me everything you did today, shouldn't even be no hesitation. You should know, I woke up at this time, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. Easy. The other thing that you could do on a daily basis is basically anytime you say something in English, you should say, do I know how to say this in Spanish? That's what I would do a lot. Like I said, when I started learning, it was because my client didn't speak any English. So for the rest of the day, when I would train people, I would think like, could I tell Valeria this if I needed to? So I would say like, if I was talking to my clients and I said, all right, we're gonna do some squats, y'all. I'll be like, ooh, could I tell Valeria that if I needed to? Or I'll say, okay, take 5 minutes, take a break. I'll be like, could I tell Valeria that if I needed to? So that's how I started like getting my brain to quote unquote think in Spanish. And if you're at the very beginning stages, even though I don't recommend it, you're gonna have to look some stuff up, bro. You're gonna have to Google Translate. That just shouldn't be how you live your life. That's all. Oh man. Do you feel ChatGPT can help with learning language or with learning Spanish or any other language? It can help, but like it's the same kind. Someone asked this on Instagram too, not ChatGPT, but they asked me the best app to learn. It's not. No app is better than the other one to me. You have to take the stuff that you learn and you have to go have conversations with it. Like it's literally just getting reps in, bro. Like if you just think about the stuff that you do know very well, it's probably because you said it 1,000 times. You probably will never have to second guess saying like "Hola, cómo estás?" because you said it 1,000 times. And the shit that you get tripped up on, you've only said it twice. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter if you use Chat GPT if you don't use it the right way. Duolingo can be good if you used it the right way. If you learn some shit on Duolingo and you go say it 50 times in real life, you're gonna get better at it. The problem is, it's like people use it as a game. Ding, I got it right. And you never say it. You just click it, you got it right. And you're like, oh, I got that locked in my head. And then when you want to use it in a conversation, there's a mind to muscle connection, bro. You ever heard little kids talk? Until they get that shit right, I'm 3 years old. It's because their brains know how to say it. They can hear you say it. Their mouth doesn't know how to say it, bro. It takes time for them to stop saying fui and start saying tree and then start saying three. It takes time to build that connection. So of course, everything sounds perfect in your head. You're like, bro, I know how to do it. It's just it's just when it's time because you haven't practiced, bro. You have to actually speak. People hate to hear that shit, but if you want to get better at speaking, you have to speak. So that's really what it is. Any of the apps are decent, bro. I got some students that speak pretty good English and they don't use any apps. We do some grammar stuff sometimes, but we have a lot of conversations so that they have to think. And they're like, damn, I thought I knew how to say that. You probably do. If I said it, you would understand. But it's different when you have to come up with it yourself. All right, y'all. I said I was getting off at 11. It's 11:15. I really enjoyed this live. Y'all were very, very talkative. I love that, bro. That's what I get on here for. But if y'all need help with anything, man, I'm always happy to help, bro. It's not just a live stream thing. You could comment on a video. You could email me, bro. If you're not weird, email me or ask for my number, bro. If you just genuinely want some help, with Spanish or English, if you're a Spanish speaker and you want to learn English, email me. Get my number, and I'll help you to the best of my abilities. You know, when I have time, I'll send you stuff to help. I got a Spanish WhatsApp group. If you're learning Spanish, click the link, join. Um, we got a nice little, I would say it's probably 10 people in the group right now, and it's a good community. So varying levels of Spanish, but basically up in there, I try to give them like a lesson of the day and try to get them to talk to each other all day. So I try to get them to send voice notes. If not voice notes, at least just practice saying stuff. Whatever you feel like saying, whenever you feel like saying it. And if it's crazy wrong, I'll correct it. If it's not crazy wrong, I'll let you slide and just want to talk more. So if you want to join that group, just go to my channel and go to the community tab. It probably will be one of the last posts. It won't be that hard to find. Just click the link, join, I'll accept you. But what up, Charlie? I'm about to get off, bro, but it's good to see you. Yeah, I'm getting off. So peace. Thanks, guys. See y'all next time.